By chance, my visa was obtained by chance. Anyway, my talk is about the similarity of languages, and I speak here. We made a paper about orthographic similarity. Actually, finally, we'll offer a degree of similarity between two languages, and our application will be on Romanian. Before a short introduction in the language similarity field, we present here in the first slide a short overview of our presentation. We made some phrase sentence about our motivation and approach. After a second step, which is related on the identification of language relationship, the central part of our talk will be on the computation of degree of similarity. We used here two sets of corpora. The first set is formed from three Romanian corpora from three different historical periods, from 17th century till today, and the second corpus, the second set is the Romanian subcorpus of Europark. Before the conclusion, we have one surprise slide. Well, what about the language similarity? I have to say that I didn't find a general accepted frame about the language similarity. If the grouping of languages in the family is generally accepted, however, inside the same family, we have different. We have no general relation between the different languages, and much more. We have now a general accepted degree of similarity between the two languages, which are especially in the same family. Much more, McMahon in the paper from 2003 stressed not only the similarity of natural languages, rather a fairly vague notion, but they stress also the necessity to develop quantitative and computational methods in this field, especially to compute the degree of similarity between two languages. The application of language similarity of languages are huge. We have here only some of them. The linguistic phylogeny reconstruction is probably the most known application, but we have also machine translation, language acquisition, or language intelligibility assessment, some of recent application of language similarity. I just want to stress the work of Longobardi from, I don't know, from the next years, which tried to obtain also a DNA similarity reconstruction, starting with linguistic phylogeny, reconstruction. Well, what is about the language similarity in our approach? Our idea was higher the similarity of two languages, the closer they are. Our motivation is that when a language L1 is closer to a language L2, this similarity, this closeness is happen when text written in L2 in the target language are easier understood by speakers of L1 of the source languages without prior knowledge of L2 of the target language. Well, what people understood from text written in the language which he have no idea. Our approach, our idea is that when people read a text in a foreign language, they first identify related words with their native languages. These related words are actually the word etymon pairs and also the cognate pairs. For example, the word victory, Victoria, which from Victoria from Latin, which goes to the Victoria in Romania and goes to the Victoria in Italian, both etymon. But from Victoria from Romania and Victoria Italian, there are no relation now because they are cognates. Why I point this triangle? Because many similarity approach regarding the lexico-statistical approach of language similarity count only etymon pairs of words, and they count only the number of word etymon between two languages. However, we think that not only the number of pairs of related words are important, but also the relation, the degree of similarity between two words are important. Because, for example, if we look here on two pairs of word etymon pairs, the word moon, luna, with Romanian, which is an etymon luna in Latin, moon, of course, is different from the etymons bătrân versus veteranus, old man, which is Romanian and Latin. The same is with cognate pair, for example, wind, the pair of cognate pair, vânt in Romanian and vent in the French versus, which is more similar than the castle in Romanian and chateau in French. So our idea was to count not only the number of word etymon pairs and cognate pair, and to apply also between each such a pair string similarity, a string similarity distance. Our methodology, and which we present soon form in the algorithm, is the following. First, given a corpus C in source languages L1, first we go to process the text. We choose to remove the stop words and to lematize all the words from our corpora. The second step, which is the most important from the time, consuming time and the resource, computational resource, was to language relationship identification. We have to detect here the etymologies of word from the corpus from language L1, from the source languages, and to identify cognates, and then, of course, to cluster the language family. The third phase and the third step of our methodology is actually to compute the degree of similarity which we obtain from source languages and all the related language which we identified. How to extend a measure of similarity between two words to a measure of similarity between two languages. We choose to follow the diagram from the left. Actually, given a corpus C from source languages L1 and given a target language L2, first we try to identify each pair of related words from language L1 and a language L2. Actually, we try to identify each pair of etymon words and each pair of cognate words. For each such a pair identified, we apply a known string similarity measure, and we add the results which we obtain. With the rest of the words which are in the language L1 and there are not in the second languages and the L2 languages, we conclude that it is easy to have an empty string in the right side, and then of course the distance is 1. Actually, we obtain the definition which we propose, and to have a normalization, we divide the number of words from the corpus which we have. The second phase of our approach was to detect the etymology of each word from a language which we are interested in. First, to detect the etymology, we need a machine-readable dictionary. I have to say that the pattern which I propose here is the pattern from Romanian languages, which is our application. All the results are on Romanian. So we have available Dex Online dictionary for Romanian, and each definition of word from that dictionary have in the end a pattern which gives us the etymology. I have to say we have for each one not only one etymology. It is possible to have 2 or more such of etymology. The pattern and the strategy is given here. The second step of our approach is to determine the cognates. How we determine the cognates between two languages and when we have a big corpora. Our strategy was a semi-automatical strategy to determine the cognates, and we start with a given word W in source languages L1. We determine with the previous slide the etymology and etymos for W. via L1 dictionary, which already. So if W has L2 etymology in target source language, we find an etymology, then we have a per word etymon. If not, we try to see if maybe they are it is a cognate with the language. We translate via Google Translate the W in target languages L2, and we have to say that usually we obtain a list of words translated in the languages, and always in our experiment we choose the first one, which is in the first stop in the rank of obtain at least the Google Translate offer us. Then we determine the etymology and etymons for the second word T if we have available dictionary from the target languages L2, and then it's easy if W and T have a common etymology and ancestor, we obtain a pair of cognates WT. If not, we have no relation between the word from L1 and the second language. The third phase of our approach was to, we already seen, to use, to apply some orthographic metric, some distance between two words. Actually, we know that we have not agreed distance, actually linguistic distance between two words in various facts. One matrix works better than other. So we, there are many proposed metrics. We choose to use in our experiments 3 different metrics, not only 3 different regarding their results when we apply on 2 different words, but some essential different metrics, which is different philosophy. The eddy distance, the well-known, the eddy distance, the longest common subsequence, and the rank distance, which actually is an extension of a Spearman-Foot rule to string. We have to say that all the distances were also applied in DNA computing similarity. The application, we present now the application. All the applications are on the Romanian. Why Romanian? Not only is our native language, till 2 days ago was the same hour with Qatar, but however, Romanian is where is Romania? Here is a Romance languages, which was and is surrounded by Slavic languages. Its communication with the big Romance kernel was difficult, we have to say, till a few decades ago. On the other hand, its position inside of the Romance family is controversial because we find in various phylogenetic tree either Romanian, either isolated or more integrated in the group. Anyway, the degree of similarities between Romanian and other languages are continue disputed. We use already said some 2 sets of corpus. The first data set, is data sets, 3 corpora actually, which the first corpora, the corpus is corpus from 17th century. The second corpus which we use is the corpus from the end of 19th century. We have to say when the Romanian languages were more or less similar with the today Romanian, and the last corpus is the today language, which is actually we choose the parliamentary debates held in Romanian, and we present also the results on the Romanian, the basic Romanian lexicon, because many words which already are or presented on or use only the Romanian lexicon. We have here a descriptive statistics regarding the number of words which we obtain, token versus type word from all the our data set, the stop words, token versus type, and also the lemmas which we obtain. We give here only the type type lemma. Then we made after we apply after the first phase of etymology detection, we made a manually evaluation of our etymology, and we have to say that we obtain a result not less than 96%. We compute for this paper, for this work, the cognates only for the 6 languages we have here an exhaustive computation of cognates. So we have cognates for French, Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, Turkish, and English. Second phase of our approach was to investigate also the use of diacritics versus non-diacritic use, because when we in written, especially in written, it is easy to understand the text without diacritics. In Romanian, there are 5 diacritics. I don't spell. Of course, the example which we have here, amitié, the friendship, amitié in French is easy to see, to understand if we have no diacritics. So we report here 2 results with and without diacritics. We have to say that always the results which we report without diacritics are increasing the similarity around 1% for each language. But here we present in our presentation only without diacritics. In paper are also the results which we obtain. Maybe show first the ranking of similarity which we obtain. We have here only the first 10 languages regarding their similarity of Romanian. In the paper is there are all the 43 languages which we obtain. We saw that if we have here the percent of words with racemon or cognates in a pair, the result in our opinion is higher, because it's not normally that similarity, how was many lexicostatistical words till now, to have a similarity of 70 degrees between Romanian and French. No, it's not real. So if we use our approach with when we count also the similarity between two words, we obtain a more realistic result. What we see here, that we have always an increasing of similarity between Romanian and other languages when we add also the cognates and the gain obtained by cognates. It's easy to see if we look on the histogram when the cognate gain is reported by this bar. This is some of the results which each bar representing one or other corpora from our approach. Some results regarding the evolution of Romania from 17th century to today was represented by this slope. We see that, for example, all the Romance languages increase the slope from 17th century today, and all the non-Romance languages, almost all the non-Romance languages, especially the Slavic slope, was decreasing till today. We have not here a representation. We have a nice slope with the Greek similarity. We have is the only slope, the only slope which have a direction which increase and then decrease till 18th century, because was some historical was a short domination of Greek and Romanian, and something was happened. Regarding the similarity of Romanian to the language family, we can see here which is actually the similarity of Romance versus Germanic, Slavic, and so on. We look also to the language which surrounded Romanian in the certain moments during the history. We list here all the languages which surrounded Romanian in certain type, and we can see, however, that the similarity between Romanian and all these surrounded languages was always was small. So, in our opinion, it show that the similarity between a language in each family linguistic is not so much. It doesn't matter if it is surrounded by different family. Well, we made also some orthographic investigation of the behavior of our metrics. We have to say that we report for all the three metrics. We report average, the mean of their results. However, looking on the entire corpora of our result, the mean or actually the same. In other words, we obtain a high correlation between the similarity of ranking versus all the metrics which we investigate. I need only two minutes to the minute, because we made then a further experiment, because we want to see if our method, our approach, which actually is a Beckford model, maybe if it is, we have something like it is possible to have all the words in few sentences, how many anecdotal phrases are in, regarding all the language similarity, and then all the other phrases are without the similarity or with that languages. So we conduct a fourth experiment on the Europal. The first experiment, we use the Beckford model for Europal, the same with all the corpora. The second, we have Europal split in sentences. The second was to look at each sentence from Europal and compute the similarity with all the languages. We aggregate a sentence level ranking of similarity by making in the final the average between the similarity of the sentences. And the next two experiments was to remove outliers, because we can obtain the same to have many phrases which are similar with some languages, and or to have some sentences which are longest and probably to have many something strange. The results are normally in the sense that we obtain actually the same result, and for Beckford model and for the last experiment, the experiment which we have here the results. And before to finish and to present the conclusion, I have a phrase which I like, which is the longest phrase which I know, which is similar with the same in Romanian and all the Latin languages. I said in Romanian, cum kil de carne de vacă, nu mori de foame, cum litru de vin, nu mori de sete. I translate with Google Translate, but I'm sure that a natural translation, because I know are okay. The English translation, sorry, is here. Well, in conclusion, we propose here a computational method for determining cross-language orthographic similarity. We apply the method on Romanian corpora from different historical periods, and we plan to extend our analysis to other languages if we have the available dictionary and also resources. And not in the next month, but our strategy is we plan to combine the orthographic approach with syntactic and semantic evidence to have integrated similarity of languages. Okay, thank you.
We have time for a few questions.
Hi.
Hi.
Of course, as an Italian speaker, I'm a little surprised that French is closer to Romanian than Italian.
Yes,
but
yes, because we didn't see Romanian borrowed many French words at the end of the 19th century. In my opinion, and other Romanian opinion, was artificial increasing, because we can see that we have with French increasing of slope, and from this way with French we have no such more cognates the upward, because all actually we consider it to be etymons, because they have the French etymology.
okay.
It was the same with the Turkish, for example, is increasing similarity between the Romanian and Turkish, not for the common etymology, and for the cognate production, because Turkish and Romanian borrow from French at the end of 19th century words, and actually they are related words, but via the French. Yes.
But one of the things that came to my mind as I looked at your data was that the spelling of words has changed, both in French and Italian through time, and I'm wondering if you were to consider the sound value.
It is our future approach.
Right.
I actually want, in the previous work, I find I made, I don't know, some work on regarding the similarity between Romanian and only the Romance languages as a syllabic measure. I compare the syllabic structure, the syllabic ranking of word from Romania and all the Latin languages, and obtain something. But of course, because this is why we use the orthographic approach at the sound level. We need we need something which want to work with us, because yes, we try.
Okay, right. Thank
you.
think time for one more question.
Are you familiar with the work, I don't remember the name of the paper, but it was by Paul Vitani and Rudi Celebrasi on normalized compression distance, where I think they used Europarl as well for measuring distances between all kinds of languages. I was wondering if you've thought of using that as a baseline.
No, we didn't use a baseline for the similarity of languages because actually we don't know a baseline. We don't know which is the real. We try to apply or to change something from the language similarity to make a relation with the intelligibility, for example, and then if we agree that there are some relation between intelligibility and similarity which we propose, we try to use human experts to say if it is one of our work in progress to use humans to say something about our.
Let's thank the speaker for the very interesting talk. Thank you.